Let's kick it. Hey, Salty girl. Oh, that was cool, that tunnel, wasn't it? Yeah, I thought it was really cool, too. You know, a couple of people texted me, sent me an email, and they want to know about that. That's actually kind of in an upper middle class neighborhood, believe it or not. It's Reynoldstown, a section of Atlanta to the east of downtown. You'd actually think you were in Ann Arbor or a college town. It's nice there, actually. I looked it up just for the hell of it when I got home, and they got like small condos starting in the high 400,000s. So it's not hood like you'd think. And they're pretty progressive in Atlanta, and that's an area that they just allow the graffiti artists to paint whatever they want, whenever they want in that tunnel. That tunnel goes under a giant railroad yard that you can't see. That's the big wall hiding it all. Hey, Frida. Tom Reed. Yeah, it's really cool down there. But that's basically, and the other ones are murals of like people that have died, artists around Atlanta. I don't know how. I don't know this for sure, but I've seen enough murals around places. Those were probably commissioned. Those were like first class, and that wall's tall. I mean, those depictions are 25 feet tall. I mean, these people have some real talent. Yeah, graffiti's cool with them. It's a nice area, a lot of nice places to eat. And I saw it laying in bed last night, scrolling around graffiti in Atlanta, and that's why I went down there. Take me about an hour and 15 minutes. Oh, that's cool. I stopped at Bizarro's twice. I was down there. Started going there 30 years ago. Simple Life's getting her surgery tomorrow. I called her. I sent her an email. Yeah, white peach is excellent. Yeah. So is their clam linguine if you like that. All their food's great. And they have a good salad. Hey, F Love, how you doing? Yeah, no, it's good pizza, yeah. Yeah, we took over to the new house to look at some plumbing, and she got that red clay all over her feet. Yeah, it looks like Bigfoot. Hello, Mary. I sent her an email. She didn't answer her phone. I'm eating some crispy cheese Cheez-Its. Good. Yeah, I like corn nuts too. Marty's going out of town for a week. Yeah, they're crunchy. I got some dragon's milk today. Be flying high tonight. I don't know what it was. It sounded like a muffled gunshot, but it's weird. I don't really know for sure. We're not sure. Hey, John boy. They got a lot of cool little places like down there in Atlanta. It'd remind you of Traverse City or Ann Arbor where I was today. That graffiti, Mary, looked just like it. You'd think you were in Sutton's Bay or something. Now, what's that mean, like when you tag somebody? Like, in what kind of way? I'll be finished in September. Maybe earlier September. I've been picking out things, tile, washer and dryer, kind of sinks, that kind of thing. Oh, I see. And then when you do that, what benefit is it? Like what happens then? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. What's the use of it though, Faye? Oh, okay. All right. Oh, you do? Oh, okay. Yeah, it'll be nice to get that house finished. I'm not really into that stuff like you'd think. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Thanks. You see the old Badger broke down for the rest of the year, Faye. Did you see that? Yeah, I couldn't be happier, really. That's because it's Mexicans and foreigners putting it together. I mean, these guys work their fucking ass off. Yeah, I get shitty emails when I make comments like that. Yeah, well, it's true. I mean, I know there's white guys out there working hard and doing a good job too, but I'm telling you, man, these Mexicans, I've never seen it. I shouldn't say I've never seen anything like it. I have. These motherfuckers are here as the sun's coming up, taking a 15-minute lunch, and going home like after a 13-hour day when it's 98 degrees and 80% humidity. Crazy. Yeah, Polish are too. You're right. Yeah. Yeah, but that high-speed ferry, that can't. The reason that Badger got those exemptions because of that coal burning was to transport those wind generator towers across the lake, or that thing would have been mothballed years ago. It's all politics. No, the fast one's a jet boat type thing. I mean, I've taken a trip. I mean, you got two choices. If you're like, let's say you're in Grand Rapids, you can go down around Chicago, which nobody wants to do. I've done that way because I lived in Chicago. Or you can cross the Mackinac Bridge and go out of your way. That UP isn't that pretty once you get away from the water, which doesn't take very long after you're heading on Highway 2. I mean, it makes sense. You'd think there'd be more people competing for business with that Badger. You know, it saves you like 12 hours or something like that, and it's not like you're stopping at a bunch of cool stuff along the way. Well, one thing I felt good about is the Mexicans are doing the work and they're not doing it cheaper, which is good. They're doing it for the same price. But you talk to any contractor around here, and they seek these Mexicans out. No bullshit, no sore backs. Always show up. Not a pain in the ass. Not trying to start a union. Hey, Dave. Now that Badger's an experience. I mean, I would definitely take it sometime before they retire that thing. You think you're on the damn Titanic. It's cool looking as hell. And it's the last coal burning ship, I think, anywhere. Yeah, great food too. That's true. Yeah, this is really out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. It's different down here, you know. It's like a different life. It takes some. Like today, I wanted to go to Atlanta, you know, which is the exact opposite of this. And when the new place, it's going to be just like sitting in this porch, only be laying in bed with the windows open, AC if you want. I got an outside shower. Like even the guest bedroom's the same as mine, minus the French doors. But that's just because of the design on the back. But you can come and go. I wouldn't even know you were here. And you can open, those are huge windows. Plus, you got the window on the side, so you'll be laying in bed just seeing all like green stars and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I'm pretty good today. Yeah. No, it's not. It's Americanized. But most Americans, you'll find in general, Mexican restaurants are catered to whites because they don't really want that hot. So are the Indian restaurants. They cater to whites uh, with their, palate. I'm not saying they're racist. It's just, the whole idea of a restaurant is to have good food and people show up and they come back. And if you do traditional spicy Mexican and you do traditional Indian food, they'll bitch and complain. You end up doing 2 dishes for the price of one. It's a pain in the fucking ass. I mean, that Indian place I go in Augusta, they've, learned everything the hard way. I've sat in there and had dinner a million times when people come in there and they order it mild and then they bitch about how hot it is. So they're nice there. And they try to accommodate the customer. They end up cooking another entree and throwing another one away. It's just like, who wants to do that? It's expensive, you know what I mean? But there's an Indian restaurant in Athens that I go to. And it's Indians and no fucking around. As a matter of fact, they import their spices from India. And I went up there about 3 months ago and was talking to the owner, real cultured lady, young girl, about 35. We had a nice conversation. And I was ordering some chicken dish, and I said I wanted an Indian hot, like I get in Augusta. And she said, "Are you sure you want an Indian hot?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm sure I do." She said, "It's like super hot." It's like, "Yeah, I know. I get it all the time in Augusta." And she said, "Well, I'm not telling you how to order your food, but I bet it's different." She said, "We have like traditional Indian spices, and if you want the max, I'll make it." Man, I couldn't even eat that shit. I took one bite of it and drank like 2 gallons of water, and I wouldn't let them give me another entree. It's like, fuck that. I don't want to be one of these people. It's my own choice. You tried to talk me out of it, and then I went and got like a hamburger at Five Guys. I just didn't want them like being nice and giving me another one, but that shit was so damn hot, I couldn't eat it. Yeah. I haven't been doing too much smoking lately. I ordered 40 pounds of pork belly and they never called me for Marty's mom. That shit's absolutely terrible for you. So I probably haven't smoked something in a month. Marty watches these shows on TV. He wants me to smoke him some pork butt, which is like a no-brainer. Pork, you can't really do anything wrong to it. But he's leaving tomorrow for a week, so I'll cook it when I come back. Pork really looks good, too, when it comes out of a smoker. It's like braised and like light brown. I mean, it looks delicious. Everything's easy but brisket. And even that's not bad, but the better the smoker, the better the end product. I've got salmon, super easy. Pork, a baby could cook it. Brisket's not hard either, but it just takes some balls to like take that long to cook something at such a low temperature. And if you haven't done it before, at least I did, and from the stories that I've read, you'll start, you've been out there 10 fucking hours and the thing's nowhere near being done. You start rushing it at the end. Oh, good for you. When you look at some of these guys, chicken breasts are pretty dry. And I did a brisket where I injected it. Got one of those big hypodermic needles, injected it with a butter sauce, and it actually made it good. But I've watched some other people on YouTube, and, pork is very dry. And that's the reason why they don't shred it, because basically you couldn't swallow it. You'd have to have so much sauce on it, you wouldn't swallow it. That's why they pull it. When you pull it, it's different than shredding it. But there's nothing you can do to pork to make it softer. It's not like brisket. And that's why the temperatures are so much higher. I mean, it's a no-brainer to cook. I cooked chicken wings. Those were good. Salmon's really easy. It's like the perfect food to cook in a smoker. It's very oily. It doesn't dry out. I mean, you really can't do anything wrong to it. It's got a low final internal temperature. It's easy. Hey, Conan. And then all that other grilling is like, anybody could do that too. Grilling is nothing like smoking. If you get like some wood chips and a good charcoal, grilling is like super easy too. Oh, good for you, Conan. But you got to be careful in that. Like, there's just certain little tricks you got to watch out for. Like, if you're cooking chicken and you haven't boiled it first, you got to, like, it takes a while because you don't want that down low to the flame. What happens when a lot of people cook chicken on a grill? It's too close to the flame and the outside's dry as hell and the inside's still not cooked right. It's just a disaster. If you notice, if you go to an event like a church gathering that does fundraisers regularly, or you go to a place that does like outdoor chicken grilling, pay attention to how far the chicken is away from the coal. And there's a reason for that. That way you can cook it on there for an hour and it's going to get cooked, not burn the outside and leave the inside undone. Oh, that's cool. It's fun messing around with that stuff. I have fun doing it. It's good. Yeah, farm raised beef and pork. And I'll tell you this too. This may surprise you, but my opinion, of course, doesn't mean anything. That grass-fed shit, you can keep it when it comes to smoking stuff. It's the same with hamburger. You know, everybody says, oh, I want lean hamburger. You know what? I don't. I don't because I want it to taste good. I mean, it's kind of an oxymoron getting 10%, 90%, 90-10 hamburger. I mean, don't eat hamburger then. Eat something else. If I want a hamburger, I want a good, juicy, nicely cooked hamburger that's delicious. And the way to do that is with 75-10. 75-25. 75-25. That's exactly what Five Guys does, which is why they do so well. Their hamburgers taste good. They're not good for you. And at the end of the day, is a 25% fat hamburger going to make you live less than one that was lean, that tasted like shit, that you had to put a bunch of stuff on so you could swallow it? Probably not. Hey, Christine. Yeah, good bread's good too. Yeah, it probably does, yeah. I mean, that's the $50,000 question. Are you there to eat healthy or are you there to eat something that tastes good? Hey, Jenny. But Jeff, you know, I see some people that like, they finish off brisket and stuff and baste it with like olive oil and cook it in about an inch of water, which probably helps. And I notice a lot of these guys that win these contests, they'll have aluminum foil under the bottom of the brisket so it doesn't get dried out. Like you've got a stick smoker like I do. Good and the bad, that's right. Yep. Yeah, I know other people that don't like salmon too. But chicken breast, get one of those ejectors. You can get them on Amazon cheap. You can inject it with like, you don't even need to inject it with, you know, like a marinade. You can inject it with water or whatever, but you know, chicken breasts are pretty tricky as far as keeping them moist. Yeah, smoked salmon is so easy to cook. Like you almost can do nothing wrong with it. So easy to cook, and it cooks fast too. Oh, really, in Pillow? Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, that's good too. Yeah. If you really want to treat yourself, Jeff, I don't know if you have any around. It's hard to find. I know one place around here. Get a dry aged prime rib. About $34 a pound, $38 a pound. Dry aged not prime rib, ribeye. And when you look at these steak guys that really know their shit, the rule of thumb is 1 inch cut. 1 inch cut is the magic. That's how thick they cut them. Yeah, brisket's expensive now. You know, I'll tell you who's got good brisket. I don't know if you got one or good enough. It's almost always prime, but sometimes choice, and that's Costco. Oh, those are good, yeah. You know, actually, Walmart, they're top notch. They have their own cattle farms now. They have a premium ribeye you can get there that's uh, $20 a pound. Those are good steaks, never frozen. They're not dry aged, but they're really good. Yeah, crappie's good fish. Yep. Remember, don't eat that sway. SWAI. Don't eat it. Yeah, I eat a Reuben once or twice a year. Yeah, perch is good. Lake perch. You ought to be able to get all sorts of good meat up where you live, Faye. But I'm telling you, that grass-fed stuff's too lean. I think it sucks. If you look at the guys that win these like national contests on steak and stuff, that they're grass-fed for a while, but they're finished off on corn, and there's a reason for that. No, that perch sucks at Walmart. That frozen perch. I don't know whether they just leave it outside for a month and then freeze it. It sucks any way you do it. I mean, go ahead and try a bag, but it sucks so bad. I know that guy, Baldwin. I know him. He's a preacher. That's good barbecue. I think that's an old Texas Roadhouse. He's a nice guy. Do you know him at all, Christine? Yeah, that fish sucks, Jeff. I've tried it all. Even deep fried, it sucks. That's how bad it is. Their salmon sucks. You know, you can get in that big ass 5-pound bag. Now you can get the big old, 3-foot long salmon for $12 a pound that's shrink wrapped. That's good. It is farm raised, but don't try that. All that frozen Walmart fish sucks. Haddock, cod, catfish, I don't give a shit what it is. He must be dating the guy's son, not the dad. Good night, Conan. Yeah, that's cool. You know, the only shrimp to smoke are the jumbos. I've tried it. It dries them out. Tastes like shit. Yeah, I tried it. I'll tell you, you want some good ass shrimp. Get the big jumbo shrimp, the frozen ones. And get the raw ones, though. You only cook them for about 90 seconds. Let them thaw first. And get some peanut oil and some of that Louisiana batter at Walmart and deep fry them in peanut oil in a Fry Daddy. They're good as hell. Yeah, no, unless it's in something like a sauce or a soup or some shit, it wrecks them. I've tried it a couple times. And no matter what you do in a smoker with shrimp, uh, get the biggest ones you can. Yeah, it is. It's true. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, those big jumbo shrimp you get at Walmart, the ones you got to cook, deep fry them, bread them in that Louisiana batter and peanut oil. They're so damn good. They've got shrimp you can get down around Savannah. There were ladies that were selling it in the Tractor Supply parking lot, but the one lady's husband died, and they haven't been back in 6 months. But it's out of the way for you. It's out of the way for me too. But if I could ever get you some and get them to you, I would. It's those shrimp uh, breed and live in sweetwater grass, like bayou type shit, and it's a distinctive taste. And Florida rock shrimp are like that too. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, yep. That's like one of the top 10 grossing restaurants in the country. I flew an airplane up to Zenders one time, took some people up there for dinner, and right after we left, a guy was taking his grandson there for lunch and ended up crashing. It killed them both. They hit those power lines. Oh, rock shrimp are good. Florida rock shrimp. They're good. They're actually premium priced. Look up Dixie Crossroads in Titusville, Florida. That's their specialty. Yeah, peanut oil's pretty good though. Peanut oil. Most people overcook them. I always unthaw mine, so they're room temperature. Use egg white, milk, and that good batter, that Louisiana batter, and don't fry them longer than 90 seconds. Everybody overcooks shrimp. Yeah, that's good too. Yeah, it's fun messing around with that. If you watch some of those like Burn Steakhouse in Tampa, it's kind of interesting to see these guys. I mean, it's not rocket science, man. Usually the head chef's some fucking parolee that was in prison for 40 fucking years somewhere. I mean, take a look at the chefs and outside a cigarette break at your famous restaurant. It's usually a bunch of like renegades. Yeah, their shrimp sucks. I think Red Lobster is more like a bait shop than it is seafood. No. I mean, it's better than nothing, though. You're going to laugh, but you know who's got a decent shrimp lunch? Captain D's. Yeah, and they, it's a for-profit company. You know, tilapia, that's another shit fish. Those rolls are good, though, they have there at Red Lobster. Yeah, that's good. No, the shrimp, that's good. Nothing's like cold seafood, though, except the, what are those damn crabs, like stone crabs. But the cold water seafood just seems to be better to me. Yeah, that's a good question. As I gotten older, and for the world as the world's gone to hell, like good seafood places are hard to find. Good steakhouses are hard to find. I mean, they're around, but you got to go to like specialty markets. It's not like the old days where you could go to your local town. But now, if I want to get like a good kick-ass dish with seafood, I try to find a top-notch Chinese restaurant, like a 4 or 5 star. There's one in Birmingham, Michigan, and it's like $50 for an entree, $55, but it is so damn ridiculously good. Yeah, but bottom feeding doesn't necessarily mean bad. So's a catfish, so's an oyster, so's a clam. There's all sorts of shit in the bottom. No, Hebrew National. Yeah, you're exactly right. Anything that's got like a Jewish name in it's good. Kosher, anything's good. Jewish deli is great. I mean, a legit Jewish deli, like a Jew that owns one, like Groobies in Hilton Head. That Jew will tell you to get the fuck out of there if you don't like it. And he can get away with that because the food's good. When you get a bunch of Jews eating someplace regularly, you know it's good. They don't put up with bullshit. And they don't mind paying for quality food. Yeah, Kogel, yep. The shrimp tacos, the ones I got the other day were okay, not that great. The best ones I get where I was today, although I didn't go in there, it's in Madison. Those shrimp tacos are good. No, it's not spicy. That's one thing I got to knock of that place. But once again, they've whiteified it. You know, they're Mexicans. I ran into that girl in the liquor store actually buying some dragon's milk. The lady that usually waits on me. No, those are kick-ass shrimp tacos, but they got pussy hot sauce. I mean, I tell her all the time, it's like, what the fuck's the deal with this place? Fucking Mexicans own it. Fucking Mexicans waiting on me. What's this pussy ass hot sauce? You know, you sit down, you ask them for some fucking hot sauce, and they bring you like Chipotle or Chalupa or whatever that fucking shit is in the orange bottle. It's like, what is this fucking bullshit? I said, go have the cook make me some Tapatio. You know, that's like legit Mexican hot sauce. It's like, so will I have to charge you? It's like, I don't care. Charge me extra. I don't want this bullshit bottled hot sauce. I mean, it's okay, but it isn't like legit Mexican. Yeah, good clam chowder. Oh, you fucking ain't right. That's because they don't fuck around, man, the Jews. No fucking way. You go to a legitimate Jewish bakery. There was a great one when I lived in Florida. I ate there like probably 4 times a week. Everything was good. Whether it was a lox platter, a Reuben, fucking anything they had, rice pudding. Then the owner tried to get his wife killed. Went to prison for 30 years and it got sold. Fuck. I was there about 10 years ago. It's terrible. Sucks. I mean, here's the deal. I mean, if you know good Jew food and you have an appreciation for, like, I'm not talking about high-end shit, but I'm talking about good food. Not some fucking Subway horse shit. If you go in and get a good Jewish, no fucking around bullshit sandwich, like on rye, horseradish, homemade horseradish, not some bullshit, rye bread, fucking fresh sliced onions, a good sandwich. I'm talking about an ass kicker. You know, like big giant one like you see. I can tell you 2 good places. One's Grooby's in Hilton Head, and there's another good one is Slyman's in Cleveland, Ohio. Now they think they're Jews or not. They're actually Lebanese, actually, but you'd think they were Jews the way they act. They're only open like 3 or 4 hours a day, and they use the choice cut, like the prime part of corned beef. You know, corned beef pickled. They're pastrami. Look it up, Slyman's, Slyman's. They're only open 3 or 4 hours. It's in a bad part of town. You go there, you wait in line, fucking line there, hour before they open. And that's another place. Matzo ball soup, it's all Jew food. You know, and if you don't like it, they'll tell you to get the fuck out of there too. They don't care. The best sandwiches ever. But a good, legitimate Jew sandwich, or in this case, Lebanese sandwich, it's copying the Jews. A legit sandwich, a good one, it's $25. And the average fucking Joe, they're not going out and fucking blowing that for, you know, they're going to go out and get some lunch meat fucking bullshit. You know, a slice of fucking bologna on it. Yeah, that's possible, Drifter. That's probably in Zingerman's in Ann Arbor. They're 2 Jews. I know those guys actually. Not well, but I mean, if they ran into me, they'd say hello to them. I mean, I knew them when they started out, and that was a gold mine. They're starting to slip too. I know why too, because food prices for good shit, like the imported cheese and the kick-ass pastrami and corned beef, it's so fucking high that it's getting to the point where you've got to charge for sandwiches what you'd charge for fucking sirloin. And there's a point where people just aren't going to pay it. You know, that's one of the bitches on McDonald's now. If I'm going to go through McDonald's and order shit for my kids and my husband and me, we might just go to a sit-down restaurant. This is a problem with restaurants. You would like it, Jeff. No, you'd like it. Yeah, but I mean, it's got to be legit Jew. You know, Michigan, tons of Jews like up in West Bloomfield and shit. Fuck that, nothing. Ann Arbor, you think there are a lot of Jews there? They're professors. One place, and it's not that great. You want to go to great Jewish delis. Cleveland, Ohio. Fucking loaded with them. There's 3 good ones there. Not including Slyman's. It's not Jew. That's Lebanese. They're delis. It's worth it. If you like good food, rice pudding, kick-ass, crisp, fresh dill pickles, homemade bread, fucking onions chopped an hour ago, big jumbo fucking sandwich, matzo ball soup, all that shit. It's worth a trip to go to Cleveland and just eat for 2 or 3 days. It's that good. Yeah, but Christine, if you think that place is good, you gotta, I gotta take you to a good Jew deli. You won't ever eat at that fucking place again. Yeah, I'll take you to a good one. Hilton Head's got a good one. Groovies. There's a Mexican that waits on me all the time. They always really tip him well. I don't know the dad and the son. I've talked to them a few times, but I like their attitude. They'll tell people, get the fuck out of here if you don't like it. No, I mean, a lot of people, I didn't know, I came from like blue collar, and then I got lucky and like met people that knew this shit. And, it's all what you're used to, what you're brought into. I remember the first time somebody took me to a legitimate steakhouse, a dry aged steak cooked by like professionals. It's like, I couldn't fucking believe how good it was. I'll tell you another thing that's like that. Aged cheddar cheese. 20-year-old aged cheddar cheese. And if you ever get a chance, no matter how much it costs, order it, even if you got to finance it. Fresh Alaskan king salmon. I'm not shitting you. It's so damn good. You won't even want to put anything on it. Tartar sauce, nothing. Alaskan king salmon, the real shit. I've got into more arguments at restaurants when they've been selling this king salmon. I know the season. I know when they're available. I know when it has to be frozen, when it doesn't. You're not bullshitting me on Kobe steak or fresh king salmon. Neither one. I call them out on it. It's like, hey, the cook get you a chance because you haven't come out here? You know how I am. Kind of aggressive fucker. It's like, yeah, hey, you wanted to speak to me? It's like, yeah, you're selling this as fresh king salmon. It's like, yeah, it is. It's like, no, it isn't. There is no fresh king salmon this time of year. It's like, yeah, there is. We just got it. I said, show me the fucking invoice. This is fraud. This is not fresh king salmon. I had it happen in Michigan, too, with Traverse City cherries. Not that I give a fuck. As a matter of fact, Washington cherries are imported for the Traverse City Cherry Festival. I've gotten into it with places with that. It's like, hey, you're advertising Traverse City cherries. Now, there's a huge Traverse City cherry broker in Traverse City that gets them by the fucking train load from Washington. It's like, hey, you're advertising Traverse City cherries. It's like, yeah, they are. I said, but they are in what kind of way? They spent the night in Traverse City, or you picked them off fucking trees in Traverse City. Which is it? It's like they picked them off trees. I said, no, you didn't. You couldn't have. They're not even fucking ready yet for this year. And by the way, Traverse City claim to fame is tart cherries, not the cherries you eat. It's the tart, the kind you'd eat in a pie, not the kind that you just, buy a quart of them. I bust these fuckers wherever I go. Yeah. I pin their fucking ass down, man. Hey, Keith. You go to Kodiak, Alaska for the King Crab Festival? Guess where the crab comes from? Russia. No, not really. I don't. Nope. I miss northern Michigan during the old heyday of legitimate winters, for this global warming horseshit. Blizzards, closing school, fucking cars all over the place, stuck. 18 inches of snow in the night. Now, this global warming is really pissing me the fuck off. I may not have left Michigan if we had traditional winters. As a matter of fact, this January or December I don't do anything around Christmas anyway. New Year's, any of those days. I'm going to get the fuck out of here. I'm not a guy that travels for climate. I love winter. I love big record ice and shit like that. Blizzards, 50-mile-an-hour winds, that kind of shit. but it just wasn't up there anymore. Even the people in northern Michigan had to go further north. Even Canada doesn't get anything like they used to. So this winter, I'm either going to go up and I'm going to rent an Airbnb right on Lake Superior before it freezes, or I'm going to go out to Montana or North Dakota, Minot, and I'm just going to get a fucking room for a month and just experience blizzards. Look out the fucking window. I was in Rapid City, South Dakota at Wall Drug one time. Wall Drugs, and they got 28 inches of snow in one night. It was like awesome. I love that kind of shit. I mean, this is cool, but I didn't move down here for this. I'm not really a warm weather guy. I know it sounds nuts. Yeah, they do get it. As a matter of fact, we had 2 days in January. It fucking froze all the pipes. 2 days in January. Fucked up a bunch of shit. But the snow down here is fucking bullshit. You know, it's nothing. But I'm not the kind of guy, this is weird. Like, you end up in circumstances. Like you get married, you like big tits, you marry someone that's flat chested. You like snow, here I am in fucking Georgia. Life just has a way of sending you ways. It's not exactly on your wish list. But, in December and January, you can go out here and wear shorts and a shirt. And I could care less. That doesn't interest me. I mean, it's okay, but I wouldn't live here because of that, the weather. Yeah, it's like I'm not really like a warm weather type guy. Actually, I don't like summer that much, to be honest with you. I like short days where it gets dark and bad weather. No, yeah, it doesn't get cold. It doesn't freeze enough. It doesn't freeze enough. That's exactly right. No, actually, I'm out on the porch here, and I think the reason for that, now I could be wrong, is there's a lot of bats around. I don't think they could eat out a whole mosquito population, but for the same reason that I'm not getting a pond dug, is I don't think there's any. I'm sitting out here at the porch, not a screen porch either, is because there's no water, no standing water. And, they're fucked once they can't lay eggs in water, so that's my guess. Yeah, nighttime now, I like staying up late. If my life goes right, I mean, I still sometimes think I want to own another business. I'll tell you why, because fucking off and taking days off isn't the same after you haven't done something that you didn't really want to do, like a job. Like, I fuck around all the time. I don't do shit. I sleep in, I stay up late, I watch porn. I go here, I go there. Like today, I decided to go to Atlanta. And, but sometimes, I don't enjoy those things as much as I would if I had a successful business. Something where I did, a good job and that kind of thing. There's a guy, I'm going to put an offer in on a pressurized wood treating business. It's a big business. They have, semis and shit like that. It's actually right down the street from me. He's thinking of selling out. I'd like to, do a legit. There's no more satisfaction than getting a new client and they think you do a good job, and I've never really replaced being successful in a business with anything. Oh fuck yeah, man. I mean, I got lucky, man. I'm lucky I'm not fucking homeless somewhere. Yeah, Torch Lake's beautiful. Yeah, but I don't like all those fucking people up around there. I mean, this is a good place for me. I like this isolation. It fits in perfect with chronic depression. I don't want to be to me, honestly, you couldn't give me a place in Traverse City. I checked out all of Alaska. I've been everywhere in Alaska. But this is, again, you don't know what anything's like until you experience it. And I went up to Alaska and fuck this place, man. It's beautiful. I like it, but I don't think so. No, where's that oasis? Is that place where you go and get rebirthed in a hot tub in Ann Arbor? Yeah, it's fucking going up. Good question. I don't really know. Properties around 3,000 an acre to 4,000 an acre now. Like, I'm not bragging, man. I don't think it's that much, but this fucking house that I'm building is 450. And that's not counting the property, which I think is fucking ridiculous, man. Fucking 450, man. The good news is the taxes are low here. Why? Because there's nothing here. We haven't had to get one building permit. Just fucking build away. No inspections, nothing. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous, man. 450. And don't think that I don't realize how lucky I am for being able to do it. Fucking nonsense, man. And that's not counting the property. No, this fucking property in this little house I'm in now, this was 750 5 years ago. But it is 200 acres. So, I mean, I'll tell you what I'm thinking about doing, believe it or not. I'm looking at some other property, building some Section 8 housing. Believe it or not. Thinking about doing that. There's a need for it. And it's well kept down here. It's not like Detroit or Chicago. It's not the greatest money, but it's like there is a need for that. And then I'm thinking about building a laundry facility for these people too. I just feel bad that, I'm fucking jacking off to Pornhub and building a new house, and these fuckers have to drive 20 miles one way to do laundry. Yeah, I don't feel that cool with that, Oh, fuck, yeah. It's not, but either county, all the counties around here, it's not like that. It's the same bullshit everywhere. Fucking permits for everything. Now, this is like one of the last counties. It's because they can't afford it. No, nothing. Like I said, it's only 1,500 people in the whole county. Out of poverty, they rank Georgia counties from 1 to 159, 1 being the richest and 159 being the poorest. We're at 150. The average yearly salary here is like $13,000 a year. No, that's exactly right. You can't have it both ways. That's exactly right. If you get all that shit that you want, like a Barnes & Noble and driving distance and shopping, I kind of have that. I mean, the advantage I have is I can get on 20 and I can go to Atlanta like I did today in an hour and 10 minutes, or I can go to Augusta in 45 minutes. And that's because it's a fucking racetrack. Everybody does 80, and it's a dead shot there. Yeah, I mean, I think that's, if you've got a chance to do that stuff, I think it's a good thing to do. I mean, it's, I wouldn't say it's guilt, but, empirical observation, right? You drive around. I know I got it made. And I see lots of people that don't have it made. They don't have it made even in like a simple sense. You know what I mean? Just like basic transportation. And if I could do something about that, I would. I will. Yeah, I just don't, it's just like a conscience, right? It's like religious theory. With knowledge comes accountability. If you don't know any better, well, there's an argument that how is your behavior going to change? If you know better and you do shit anyway, that's when you get it rammed in your ass. Good night, Jeff. Don't dry out some good shrimp. You'll fuck them up in the smoker. I like the idea of it too, that smoky taste in shrimp, but it's a fucking disaster. Yeah, man. I think do that. I'm gonna plant some longleaf pines too. They were all basically wiped out, for lumbering, that kind of thing. I'm doing all custom wood just for my living room. If I had to pay for this wood, This is another thing too. I mean, how many damn good breaks do you have before the light bulb comes on? You got to like kind of try and pay it back. I've always done it with animals and to an extent with people. But like just the wood for my living room would be 50 grand if I had to buy it, and 25 grand for each bedroom. This is like heart pine. Look it up. And I'm getting it for free. I mean, god damn, it's like, like today, if you look at where I did that graffiti, it looks like it's the hood, but it's not. I went and I mentioned earlier, I looked up on the internet, and little tiny condos are like starting in the high 400,000s, like fucking ridiculous, man. And I can take you anyway, kind of liberal, I hate to differentiate between conservative and liberal. I don't identify as a party anymore, more of an issue. The right thing to do, and it's biased too, but you sit around those places and it's kind of a potpourri of like the culture, blacks, whites, Mexicans, kind of intermixed, but the one common denominators are all professionals, young doctors, lawyers. That place looks like ghetto, but it's not. It's what it is. They did the same thing in Chicago. It's gentrification. It's, in general, I'm not knocking this, liberal whites trying to even the scales, which I got to give them credit for. And this is kind of a mix mash, but it's not really true reality. It's all races are welcome, gender, all that bullshit. But you all got to be making about 300 grand a year to live in the neighborhood. That's the difference. That's what that area I was in today is like. Some of the murals, I bet you those are commissioned. I bet you those are dead artists, young dead artists. I don't know the origin of them, the big, tall, beautiful ones. The ones in the tunnel was just anybody can go in there and paint that wants to, and they're not going to fuck with you. And you can be sitting in an $800,000 condominium that's 1,200 square feet looking out at that graffiti. I mean, that's the way it is. But it's kind of cool in a way. And another thing I learned today too, you go through Atlanta on 75 and you see it on TV. Well, a lot of neighborhoods like that are east I-75. And actually, I got off I-75 before I got to downtown. And there's just loaded neighborhoods like that. It's not all crack sales and prostitution like it's kind of portrayed in the media. I'm not saying that that's accurate, but you know what I'm getting at. I mean, if you talk to the average Joe and you say, hey, how would you like to live in Atlanta? It's like, no fucking way. Why? Because they've seen it on CNN. They've read the crime stats. That place isn't like that. That's every race, every gender, making 300 grand a year. I mean, where's the struggle? Oh, fucking Kensington's crazy. Oh, yeah, they're definitely talented people, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, fucking Kensington's off the charts, man. Xylazine, they're mixing with drugs. Yeah, those people are fucked up, man. You don't see that kind of shit where I was today. They wouldn't put up with it. If you were nodding on the corner or something, your ass would be out of there in a fucking heartbeat with a 911 call. No fucking way. I mean, what it is, it's PhDs letting fucking young PhDs paint across the street. They're not fucking up houses and public buildings. It's not real. I mean, it's cool, but it isn't like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, good for them, I was in Charleston. Did you go see the Hunley? Did you take the tour of the Hunley? You're out there, Charles? Yeah, that's fucking drugs, man. I can see those people are just like, fuck. Yeah, I mean, my big plan is I never had like a final plan, but down here, I figure I got about 10 or 15 years. I'm just gonna like, hopefully they'll just find me face down in the beehive. Really, I'm gonna be scaling it back as I get older. There'll be a point where I like don't drive and shit like that. Good night, Salty. No, actually, they're commissioned, the goblins. Actually, there's articles, if you look them up in Detroit, where commissioned graffiti artists had been arrested because the stupid fucking cops didn't realize it. They thought they were just spray painting buildings. Detroit's a fucking dump. Mainly because of the administration. Yeah, it happens, though, Lakota. It happens. I mean, I don't think, age is just a number and all that fucking bullshit. I mean, you get older. I mean, what the fuck are you going to do about it? Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Yeah, I'm 67. I'll be 68 in January. I can't believe I made it this long, to be honest with you. For some reason, I talk a lot of shit about YouTube. It's a mixed bag. It's like a marriage. I mean, YouTube's definitely enhanced my life for sure. Big time. I got like a lot of friends I wouldn't have otherwise. And I didn't have like friends like that before YouTube. And I think the reason for it is because, in YouTube you tend to gravitate in similar interests, kindred spirits. And I just couldn't have possibly met that many people outside of like a big social media platform. I avoided them all. Instagram, Facebook, that kind of thing. Yeah, so it's been good. But I was on their shit list for quite a while because they don't want you talking about sex and drugs and that kind of shit. But they've been promoting me again the last week for some reason. Why? I can't tell you. Another good breakfast? Yeah, that was a terrible breakfast I ate today. But I hadn't had that in a long time. I'm glad you jogged my memory on that. I was in Belleville, Michigan, back, and this would have been around 1991, and Cracker Barrel opened up a store there, and they had huge signs: no gays, homosexual not welcome. I mean, no shit, I'm not kidding you. This is the corporation having banners, and if they figured out you were gay, they'd can you right on the fucking spot. This was like 1991, Belleville, Michigan, and now look at the difference. I hadn't been in a Cracker Barrel in a long time. That breakfast I got today, I mean, that isn't exactly on your cardiologist's tips to eat. I mean, I bet that motherfucker was 2,500 calories, but it was so goddamn good. Pecan pancakes, about 2,000 calories of butter, and 1,200 calories of maple syrup. Oh, so good. Hey, Marilita, how you doing? I mean, if my game plan is this, I got to go up and get rid of that condo, which is no big deal. I already got it sold. I'm not going to tell this to the buyers, but I've been offered $25,000 more for that condo that I'm selling it to them for. No shit. I stick to my word. Why? Because I got it fucking made. I don't need the money. That's why. If I needed the money, I'd probably fuck them like everybody else. So I'm lucky to be in a position where I can like be honest, just like my YouTube channel. Not running for office, not applying for a job. It creates a lot of liberty. Yeah, that's how I am, yeah. So just stay down here, fuck around here. Maybe fuck around with another business. Just watch porn, drink dragon's milk. I'm gonna make some other beehives. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think I'm on their shit list. Although they promote me. I mean, you guys know I really don't give a... I shouldn't say I really don't care about it. If I had a choice, would I rather have people involved in my channel than not? I would. I don't even monetize my videos anymore. You got to check off too much shit. And basically what it allows them to do is just strike you. Or upload nothing, or potentially get a strike. So I quit fucking with it. But I got like 500 subscribers in one day last week. It's fucking nuts, man. But I don't really go by any of that bullshit. And if you are one of those people that do, subscribers don't do you any good anyway. But that's what everybody thinks the pissing contest is won by. It's subscribers. And I don't get that many views. I mean, 99% of my videos don't get too many views. It's all that fucking viral bullshit, which they create, by the way. That's why people, they're starting YouTube channels. People, you wouldn't believe the emails I get if I could give them advice. Like, fuck no. I mean, if you're going to advice to me, you're way off the wrong path. This is all created by YouTube. They make you or break you. I didn't do anything special. No editing, Interviewed prostitutes that I found interesting, and they decided to promote them. Simple as that. Thank you, Love. Appreciate it. Whoever visits down here, if you like really ass kicker rain, lightning, and thunderstorms, these are really good down here. I mean, it rains like a motherfucker. Dragon's Milk is a beer that's really good. I like those dark stouts. I like whiskey like that too. It's made in Michigan, actually. It's 11%. Buy it in a 4-pack, $17. I picked up a 4-pack. I can tell you this, when you drink it, the women get better looking. I like that real smoky, deep taste. It's weird, like you sip it. And I tell people, people ask me, where do you go? You talk about this Dragon's Milk. There's quite a few people that come on that have purchased it, heard me talking about it, and they love it too. But I tell people, man, it's the same alcohol level as wine. You should be out there fucking around driving and shit on this. Don't do it. Beer goggles. Beer goggles. Those days are gone, I think. I don't even know how young people hook up anymore. I talk to young college kids. It's not that much of a social life. Bars are basically dead most places. I mean, how the fuck do two 20-year-olds that want to meet each other anymore? Does anybody know? Oh, you'd love it down here, Lakota. I think you'd really like it. You can come visit if you want. I tell people all the time it's the safest place in the world you could be. This is what I tell people. If you come visit, this is how it's going to be. Pick you up at the airport. You can use my pickup if you want. But I don't want to be a tour guide. You just come and go as you want. Fuck off, take showers, watch TV. I don't care. I'll smoke you some meat if you want it. Just come and go on your own. But this is what I suggest to people. This is hard to do. Now, I learned it the hard way a number of times. The first time was in Alaska. I was going to go out and try and live off the land. 11 weeks without seeing a single person, got dropped off by an airplane. And after about a week there, I thought I was going to go fucking crazy. I tell people, get your favorite books, get like your journal, just come down here and don't go anywhere. Just stay in your room, fuck around, like do what I'm doing. Sit on the porch, don't turn on the TV. It'll be like the most relaxing reset you've ever had in your life. There's not that many places like that available anymore. It's noise, airplanes, sirens. Yeah, I think you'd really like it. Yeah, just relax, like come and go and do your own thing. Got washer and dryer, all that shit. But you just like, if you like nature and like weather and no noise, just like here, you would love it. It'd be like the best week you've ever had in your life. What's weird is it's not going to be easy to do. It's not. You think it is, but it's not. I learned the same thing through hiking and kayaking. I thought, man, I'll just go out in my kayak and take my tent and float down the river, spend a week. Yeah, after about 4 fucking hours, I was about ready to commit hara-kiri. Yeah, you think you could handle it? Yeah. You don't know what you're going to do until you get there. I've done it on winter trips too. You know, I just sit in my room. I like that, but I've learned this. I hate hiking, and I don't like camping. And I like a hotel room and a big window and a blizzard. Yeah, just not it. But you think you like that. I'm just telling you, man. I try and warn people because I've learned everything the hard way. You don't know what something's like until you experience it. You're thinking, oh yeah, that'd be great. I'm just going to go there and relax. And most people, including me, I'm over it now, but it took a while. Being relaxed and getting away from the rat race after being in it is a learned behavior. After a day or two of just not doing shit, your mind's going to start wandering. You can't finish your book. You're going to want to go somewhere. It's normal. It's weird. Oh yeah, I'll cook you a pork tenderloin. I got this barbecue, and I mean, face it, you guys. When I was a kid one time, I can remember thinking I'd like a motorcycle, and I eventually got a few of them. And I remember worried about shifting. Like, God damn, man, how do you like shift it and like not stall? And I had a guy say to me, he said, "Hey, look at these motorcycle gangs, man." He said, "These are some of the dumbest motherfuckers that ever lived. And they're going coast to coast in their motorcycle." And that did it. And I thought, yeah, okay. I get it now. Can't be that big of a deal. But I tried hiking, don't like it. Kayaking, not for any distance. Metal detecting. I got a metal detector. You guys think, oh, that'd be really cool. This is a prime area for metal detecting. You'd think, oh, I'd like to go out and metal detect and, look up, it's got a lot of rich history. Yeah, okay, have fucking fun. I can take about 45 minutes of it. And I've even used a $80,000 excavator to dig up the ground. Wait till you're doing it with a shovel. And after about my 5th bottle cap, my 10th empty beer can, it's like, fuck it. It's not that I'm looking for treasure. It's just not that fun. Yeah, but anything you want smoking is so easy. I didn't know anything about smoking 6 months ago, and I can smoke any of it. It's easy. I read a bunch of books on it. And if you want, I'm not knocking these guys, but if you read like these grand champions of these pit masters, I mean, they're not exactly Rhodes Scholars. Yeah, pork butt. They're better cuts of meat than that. Pork butt is like salmon. I cook you some brisket, chicken. I got it all down. It's so easy, man. I could show you how to do it if it interests you. There's a ratio between the kind of equipment you have and the final product. It's basically all heat control and timing. If you got a cheap ass Home Depot smoker, your stuff's gonna suck. I've got a cheap smoker too, but it was half off and I customized it after I bought it. It could be better, but it's good enough. But if you're buying this Lowe's and Home Depot and you're thinking you're just going to go and compete with these Pitmasters, you're not. The metal's too thin. You're going to have a hard time with temperature control. You're going to spend a fucking fortune in wood and charcoal. It's because you got cheap shit. You're not going to keep that 250 degrees over a 10 or 11 hour period. It's either going to get dry or undercooked, and you're going to pull it out, and you can't figure out why your brisket sucks. It's because you got a $250 smoker. Believe me, that's the trick. Yeah, I've tried all that shit. Fucking sailing trips, cruise. I thought about taking a cruise over Christmas. Just get on there and read books. But I just don't think I can get myself to do it. I'd like to go on a cruise where they did lectures on literature or poetry or beekeeping or some fucking thing. But I don't want to be on some fucking Kid Rock cruise or some shit like that. Yeah, pork is brainless on smoking. Let's go out there and party. Lakota, what state do you live in? Oh, Oregon, okay. I've been looking. I haven't flown in planes in quite a while, but and ultralight's a good way to kill yourself. But they have that Aerolite 103. I saw some people flew it to Oshkosh this year, the big air air pilot gathering in Wisconsin. I'd probably kill myself in it. But it sure looks fun, like flying over like a rural area like around here. Oh, bonfire, yeah, it's fucking easy. The problem with a bonfire down here, depending on when you come down, just like right now, it'd be too hot. You'd need to be 25 feet from the fire. You'd be too hot. In the winter, it really doesn't get like cold like you're used to. Oh, acorn grill. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. You talking, is that like a green egg thing? United night, Christine. Yeah, it's nice here, yeah. They'll do this till about 5 in the morning before you can see any light. Then they just stop all at once. Yeah, right. That's a green egg. Yeah, there's a green eggs like that. Right. Yeah, I looked at those actually. Yeah, nighttime DNA, that's true. Oh, are you, Lakota? Yeah. Do you live in the city or out in the country? Oh, okay. Is your house worth a fortune now? Have you been to Crater Lake? Yeah, high taxes. Yeah, yep. Yeah, there you go. Yep. Good for you. Yeah, you need to try to get there before you leave. It's worth it. Really stunningly beautiful. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah. But if you get up there and you look at it, look, it's really beautiful. You know, it's the top of a volcano that blew off. It's like a big giant goblet of blue water. Yeah, I've been in there in the winter 2 times. Have you been to Glacier National Park by chance in Montana? You got to go there too. Oh, that's good, Envelope. Yeah, yep, there are. Yep. A jogger just got killed there the other day. Yeah, insomniacs. Yep. Yeah. No, what a way to go, huh? You're right. Yeah, they sure can. Yeah, you know, their hair translucent is translucent too. I went on a polar bear sightseeing tour up in Barrow. We didn't see any, but they said they can sneak right up on you. They come from behind. You can't see them. They're not white. It's translucent. You can't. It's almost impossible to see them against the snow. Well, I think I'm going to go and take a shower and go to bed, you guys. It's good talking to you. Hope you have a good night tonight, rest of your night. Good day tomorrow. Yeah, she's in there sleeping with Marty. Good night, Lakota. Chris, you have a good night. Frisky, Drifter, Info Love. You party on. Good night, Kim. Have a good day tomorrow. Party on, Chris. These other poor people have jobs in the morning.